It's main event time. This is your main event. It's the Shield, who carries the Universal Championship, Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, versus Brock Lesnar, one half of the Tag Team Champions and Intercontinental Champion Kurt Angle, and his Tag Team partner, the other half of the Tag Team Champions, Triple H. Every single one of these men in this match all have history. Let's talk first a bit about Kurt Angle and Triple H, who have a bit of history themselves. Seth Rollins and Ambrose swapped the tag team titles away from the pair on SmackDown before the Fastlane pay-per-view. At Fastlane, Kurt Angle and Triple H, the two once bitter rivals, won and lost those tag team titles, trading them back and forth with three other teams, Braun Strowman and Kane, who are an unlikely pairing, Y2AJ and the Shield all on the same night. They faced them all on the same night. That match was set up after the four teams faced off on SmackDown, and that match ended up nowhere. It was a tag team turmoil turned into a fatal four-way tag team, which ended up nowhere. That set up that match, that fatal four-way Iron Man match that we had at the pay-per-view. Somehow, Triple H, Kurt Angle survived the entire match, coming out as your five-time tag team champions. Vince McMahon put Kurt Angle as the number one entrant in the Royal Rumble earlier this year. After Kurt Angle was fired by the game himself, Triple H fired from his job as general manager. Kurt Angle vowed to win the Royal Rumble and stick it to the authority, seeking vengeance for losing his job. Angle substituting as an interim general manager, filling for Eric Bischoff, who took a leave of absence, then became his permanent role until he crossed paths with the game. The two becoming five-time tag team champions, setting a record number of reigns, managing the differences. They continued swerving one another, playing one-upsmanship every time they face off in tag action. Triple H answered all of Kurt Angle's questions when he was left without a tag team partner after Cena, his old tag team partner, whom he won those titles twice, losing them to 3-minute warning, getting them back, losing them to Billy and Chuck, and winning them back, losing them to Evolution, Batista and Ric Flair, and failed to get it back from them, but eventually got it back from the Shield at Fastlane. Game turning on Angle one time only, just business for his stable match in Evolution. Batista and Flair. Kurt Angle bringing back his main event Mafia. The two families going to war one time. Mafia coming out on top. The two reforming. My God, what a team they've been. Vince was in the middle of the head-on collision between Kurt Angle and Hunter. Cena being recruited to the Mafia, not falling for any tricks whatsoever. The two were in a 7-on-7 bragging rights match at the pay-per-view. Oh, fucking hell, this is so much to read. This is filling in a bit of history for Angle and Cena, which is, which is legitimate for this matchup. Kurt Angle and Cena. The two were in Kurt Angle and Cena were in a 7-on-7 bragging rights match at the pay-per-view and a Raw over the summer last year. What a year, mates, for those three men and their families. Kurt Angle and Cena final tag team match as a team were against Kofi Kingston and R-Truth, losing their tag team titles in a turmoil known for those titles. Cena went on hiatus, came back and won the US Championship from Kevin Owens, who won it from MVP over the winter of 2015, in between SummerSlam and Money in the Bank. Kurt Angle defeated John Cena at No Mercy after knocking off Kane at bragging rights to becoming the number one contender, thus having to defend his spot at the same pay-per-view. Kane losing that United States title to MVP in a triple threat match with Mr. Kennedy on Raw. Kane won the title from Daniel Bryan, who won it from Sheamus, who won it from Zack Ryder. The US title changing hands more than any other title. more than any other title in the history of the WTE. What a match this is gonna be. Who's gonna reign supreme? Who's gonna come out on top in this match? The following contest is your main event of the evening. It's a 6-man tag team elimination match. It's a winner-take-all match for the Universal Championship, the Tag Team Championship, and the Intercontinental Championship. Elimination first. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, one half for the Tag Team Champions and the Intercontinental Champion, Kurt Angle. Came to Kurt Angle's aid as he brought Lesnar earlier on. Earlier on in the Kurt Angle match, it was very fun facing the shit at ringside. Angle's Intercontinental Championship on the line is ruined, not just the tag team title. Tag team partner, his other half for the WTE Tag Team Champions, the Game, Triple H. Angle and Angle was a part of the no qualification match versus Seth Rollins. Angle and Triple H now briefly getting the title. Angle was a part of the no qualification in the Continental Championship match with the shooter at ringside, egging Seth on. They're going involved, allowing Triple H and Brock Lesnar to make the save. Angle accidentally being hit in the head by a steel chair. Triple H accidentally smacking him over the head with a steel chair. Angle receiving a chair shot, accidental. Who was meaning to hit Roman Reigns with it. And Brock Lesnar, of course, F5ing everybody in the ring, as Brock Lesnar cannot be trusted in this matchup. Brock Lesnar, the tag team partner of this man, he doesn't have a championship, but he may well win that Universal Championship that Roman Reigns called him out. He wanted a match with him as soon as he won the damn thing on Raw. After the pay-per-view, he won it from The Undertaker. Roman making a challenge to beat Brock Lesnar, and therefore they meet in this matchup. What the hell on the Shield call? We're on the Shield playing mind games. We're letting the Triple with Angle and Triple Brock Lesnar still not out here. Introducing your opponent to the byway at 707 pounds. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, The Shield. Well, there's Roman Reigns, the Universal Champion, coming out to ringside, all by himself, I guess. Roman Reigns may well lose the fucking heart attack. You will lose that Universal title. You need a fucking heart attack. Woke up over there like that. Come on. Here comes Ambrose and Rollins. The Hounds. Roman could definitely may well lose that Universal Championship to Brock, Angle, or Triple H, whoever pins him first. This is elimination. Anything goes. Now we await the beast. Oh. Dad. Speaking of Brock Lesnar, you know he's champion again.
I know.
Because